into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Yes, guys, big up to everyone. Thank you very much for coming back in today, guys. I do appreciate it. Second show of the day. This is your preview for Liverpool versus Leeds United. Tottenham's the week after. Big up to everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. And don't forget to hit that like button, guys. 14 in here, 14 likes already. Beautiful work, guys. Everyone give yourself a clap on the... Big up, guys. Everyone, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at the Leeds game today, guys, and trying to pick the team we think will play Leeds. That's always going to struggle in itself. Jesus. So we're going to try and pick that. We've got Cav joining us soon as well. He's just on his way home. So we've got Cav joining us. Yeah, it should be a good one, guys. Should be a good one. I know the Europa League football's on right now, so... Thank you very much if you are tuning in, and I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. I think Arsenal are playing right now. I think there's like half hour left of that game, I think. So they're in the early kickoff. So big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, as I said, sit back, relax, enjoy. This is going to be the Leeds preview. When Cav's here, we will try and pick the 11 that is going to play Leeds on Saturday night. I think it's the 8 p.m. game Saturday. It's a weird time. 8 p.m. on a Saturday, everyone's out on the piss. I mean, what a weird time to have a game of football. But that is what we're going to be looking at, guys. And can we carry on our momentum now? We had a big win against Ajax. Thank you very much for everyone joining me this afternoon for that video at 1 o'clock. I do appreciate it. Good turnout on that. Good numbers. Good, everything good on that. Do appreciate it. That was a good video. And yeah, can we keep the momentum up from a win at Ajax? Can we go and win at Leeds or at Anfield against Leeds on Saturday as well? So should be good. Should be good. Europa nights. Here's Caviar. There we go. Here he is. Here's the man.
Hello.
You're right.
All right. Yes, mate. All good. You okay?
Yeah. I'm doing well. I'm in a good mood. I'm in good mood.
Good.
Did a video earlier. Everything's good.
I've seen it.
Good.
Yeah, I've seen the video. I didn't manage to watch it live, but I've caught up on it. Yeah, good stream.
Cheers, my man. Cheers, my man. Kids are being good. I've just had some food. Oh, life's good. Life's good. You can't moan.
Exactly. Let's enjoy the moments, eh? Let's enjoy the moment.
Penny's home in like 4 or 5 weeks' time. That's now official. So
wow. Oh, yeah. Great news. Reasons to be happy. Reasons to be positive.
Yeah,
I like it.
Things are moving.
Brilliant.
Big up Jason. Jason, it's been a while. Jason, if everyone remembers, he's our young Arsenal fan. Big up Jason. How you doing, man? I think Arsenal are losing right now as well, aren't they? Big ups. Yes, Jamie, loving the work rate. Thank you very much.
They're losing 2-0 actually.
Yeah, the PSV, ain't they?
Yes.
Big up Stream Elements. PSV, the team that I believe Rangers beat to get into the Champions League proper.
They did, yeah.
And everyone said it's just Rangers when we beat them, yeah? Yeah. Big up, my friend. Big up Gunband. Trudon. Yeah, 2-0 Ramsdale was shite. Well, I could have told you that. Big up Panoff. Don, how you doing? Big up Jamie. Hope you're doing well. You're watching the PSVR. This guy, Xavi Simons, is so good. Question: do you think after yesterday's result, Liverpool are back? I'm never going to say Liverpool back again. I don't think.
We've been back about 5 times.
Big up Bailey. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Europa nights. It is a great song. Let's get it again. Leeds are going to be another banana skin unless we're on the ball. Big up Cow. Great news, lad. Big up Penny. Messi agreed to take a 50% pay cut to stay at Laporta, but Laporta couldn't find a way to let him stay. 1 year after he left, Laporta activated levers to bring in players who arguably can't do half the job Messi can. That's so true. I think I read somewhere that Barcelona have never played Europa League football when Messi was there. As soon as Messi's left, they played Europa League football 2 seasons in a row.
Wow.
Tells you everything. Tells you everything. They let him go, try to bring players in. At the moment, he's arguably the best player in the world as well. It's just what he's doing.
At the time of him going, you were like, okay, they're in financial trouble. He's on mega wage. You understand it. But then it was the financial decisions they made after that were like, well, it's pointless. You know?
They brought in, what is it? Was it Berlin they brought in? What's it? Alonso from Chelsea.
Yeah.
They just brought in shite.
Who's the guy that they signed from City as well? The forward.
I can't remember right now. I'll have to look at Barcelona.
Was it City for about a year, maybe 2 years? Not very long. And when he played, he scored. And I thought he wasn't a bad little player, but they sold him on to Barca. And I don't think he's done much since he's been there.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
I've got to find it out. Actually, it's going to bug me.
Barcelona are shite. Barcelona. Eric Garcia.
There was Eric Garcia, but there was another. Ferran Torres. That's it.
Ferran Torres. That's it.
That's the.
I mean, they got their front three is Dembele, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. Rafinha is no Messi. You might as well just kept Messi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know this for myself. I'm just hearing this secondhand, but I think I think the Barca fans are well upset with him. I thought they thought they were getting a much better player than what they have in Rafinha.
Oh yeah, Rafinha's dog. I was saying that when he was at Leeds. He's okay, but he's not great. Messi will be nothing without Barca. Barca is a system player. What? Messi will be nothing without Barcelona, but Messi is a system player. If he's a system player, he's the greatest system player of all time. So, no, Messi.
In fairness, it's probably the biggest example of a system player because the system was literally, as soon as you get the ball, look for Messi. Doesn't matter where you are. just let him come. If you're a centre-back and Messi comes to pick up the ball, you give it him regardless and just let him go do his thing.
Exactly. He's the greatest, man. He's the greatest. I mean, and what he's doing at the moment, he's probably arguably the best player in the world on form at the moment as well, which is
seems to have found his form again since being at PSG. This is the best period he's had since he's been there.
Yeah, well, they're playing him through the middle now, so you don't have to run as much. Same with Neymar, playing him through the middle as well. So
yeah,
and Neymar is excellent at the moment because Messi's just setting him up every 5 seconds. So
yeah, scoring some fabulous team goals between the three of them every week. Every week seems to be. You go on Twitter and there seems to be a new highlight reel of those guys in a game where they're just playing five-a-side football at the time. You know, where it's just one touch, two touch, layoff flicks. Dummies, the lot.
It's some scary shit. It's some scary shit with them too. But last night, Cav, I ain't got your opinion on last night yet. So, did you watch the game? How do you feel after it?
Yeah, I watched the game. I was a bit concerned in the first half, I must admit. First 20, say. But then we seemed to just grow into the game, find our feet. The thing is, it's hard to assess because I was happy with the game, but I think I was happy knowing that a draw would have been enough. So I never really got upset or frustrated in the team or the fact we weren't creating too many chances and this and that. I was just happy that no one was really doing much either side and that if it stayed that way, it'd be good for us. But obviously then second half we come out. We're a bit fortunate with the first goal that the keeper just made Salah's mind up for him. Don't get me wrong, Henderson done well to sort of roll the defender and play a brilliant ball. And he picks, he does them, once or twice a season. I remember back to the United through ball as well, kind of similar. Outside of the foot, around the defender. But keeper made Salah's mind up. And then once we went 1-up, it was just like, we should go in cruise control now, which we did. And the other goals were great. And I'm really pleased Nunes scored again. That's
Yeah.
massive for him and his confidence. And then Elliot, which I must admit, I thought the shot hit the side net, and I didn't realise it'd gone in.
Everyone did. Everyone did. When I was doing the match reactions, no one thought he scored. I was watching it. And I thought, oh, he hit the side net because no one celebrated. Not even the fans. There was nothing, and it's like, oh, he's in the back of the net.
The thing is, he's been played through that kind of ball before, and he has hit the side net a lot. So I just thought, oh, it's just same old Elliot.
I thought he went through the side netting.
Yeah.
I also thought it before when some people have hit it so hard, the ball's actually gone through the side netting into the goal, and no one's noticed it. And they've taken. I thought that's what happened. I thought. But then you watch the replay, and it's actually a clinical goal.
It's actually a brilliant finish on his weaker foot. Yeah. So I was really pleased. But the thing is, not just because the way the season's gone, but just because it was Ajax, and they're a team that leave themselves exposed. They needed to come out and win by 2 clear goals at the start of the game. I don't want to get too carried away with it, like with the 3-0 win away from home. Like, it's all great. We're through in the Champions League. It's all very positive, but we've been burnt before by thinking this team's turned the corner, and then we get results like we did against Forest. So I'm just trying to remain level-headed with it all. I'm pleased about the result. I think the performance was good. I don't think it was exceptional. But I'm just trying to keep level-headed with it. They need to put a run of 4, 5, 6 wins together now for me, not just 1 or 2.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to piss everyone off. Here we go.
I'm excited to let you all know that my autobiography is out today. A lot of hard work to get to this point. I've tried to be as honest and open as possible. Basically, a lot of ups and downs that has got us to where we are today. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy reading it. You can get it on hardback, ebook, and audiobook. And if you struggle, then just follow the link in bio. But whoever does order it, I really hope you enjoy it. So thank you. Hi.
Why are we bringing out so many books?
When fans come to Anfield and they chant, "Is this a library?" It gives it a whole new meaning now, doesn't it?
Got build up a shelf of books. He didn't even like Bailey says there. He didn't even sound excited. It's like, I'm just like, Mark. It's like no one's buying that book, Jordan, with that promotion. Jesus Christ.
How has he been in Liverpool 10 years as well and still sound Geordie?
11, I think now, isn't it?
11 years, maybe. Yeah.
Well, he's always got to have that. I mean, that's a hard accent to get rid of, ain't it? Let's face it. I mean, that's
very true.
That Mackham accent is you call him a Geordie as well. It's Mackham, ain't it?
The thing is, though, the timing is strange because, like, he undoubtedly should release an autobiography. Like, he's writing what he said. He's had loads of ups and downs in his career, no doubt. But, like, why not do it at the end of your career, or do it when you finally hang up your boots? It's strange to do it at this point in his career. I think
I love Hendo as well. Like Don says, he's my leader, he's my captain. I absolutely love him. It just makes me laugh that we're bringing out books as a club in the middle of the season. That's just all that cracks me up. I will probably buy the Hendo book. I'm going to tell people right now. I am probably going to buy it. But
yeah, for sure.
It just cracks me up that we all go at Pep Linders are bringing out a book. Now Hendo's bringing out a book. Who's next? Klopp, my autobiography. Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool years. Is that what we're
They just have like blank pages at the end. Just
feel it yourself.
Yeah.
Adria. Oh, if Adria bringing out one as well, apparently stealing a living. Oh man!
Nah, Adrian's had good moments for us. He won us the Super Cup, so he could do a whole spread on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would read Adrian's book just for. I really would, because any man that can hire out a stadium in Spain to show off the medals he won, I am buying the book of. I'm doing it. That was a legendary. He literally hired out a stadium in Spain for his own photo shoot to show the medals he won.
Incredible.
How can you not love him? Oh, come on. It's not Pepsi, is it?
I don't want it.
Oh man, I would buy him. Did he even say what the title of the book was called?
I mean, I didn't catch it if he did. So.
Just like he barely showed it. It's like, here's my book. Yeah,
Here's my
Links in the
book. Get it if you
bio.
want.
Links in the bio. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
But you say, if you have trouble finding it, then just go on this website.
I know who has got it. I bet Savage has got it already.
Oh no, that's when we finished it. Yeah.
I don't even know where Savage is. I've not seen him for 2 weeks now.
No, I've not either. God
He's
knows.
he's gone into hiding. Hopefully he's all right. Kate, life on a hospital bed. Yeah, come on, book names, guys. I want book names in the chat of all the players, guys. Book names. A book for Ox, a book for Cater, a book for Klopp. Who else are we going for here? Bobby's book, Mo's book. Come on, let's get book names in the chat. We've got to get book names in the chat. That's probably the name of the book. I couldn't catch it. That's the Adrian book. I just want to know what Henderson's book was called. I don't think he said. See if it's on Amazon. It's got to be on Amazon. Big up, Sir Oswald. How you doing, Jamie? I loved your rant the other day. Kate can just fuck off. Made me laugh. He can. He can do one. BBT's book's just called Aura. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's literally just called Jordan Henderson, the autobiography. He couldn't even be asked to name it, like this guy.
I love him. He's just got a book called Jordan Henderson, my autobiography. No title. No.
It's £12.50 as well. Like not even like £12.99. Like 12. It's so bog standard, honestly. This guy.
Endo don't give a shit, does he? He probably didn't even want the book. He's probably, yeah, whatever. Just called it my autobiography. I ain't titling it. I've got better things to do. How can you not love him, man? Big up Indian Scouts and my friend. How you doing? Big up, lads. My prediction's 3-1. Big up to yourself. Ox's book name, a little mix up. Ooh, I like that.
That's
Carl.
quite clever. That's quite clever, Carl. Fair play.
Ox, how to make money doing nothing. Cater should be where's the Wally book? You can find him on the page. That is a great idea.
That's the one.
It's an amazing idea. It's so good. I'm going to nick it. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you could just have special appearances of like who's Ben Davies in there? Blind Ben Davies.
Ox bench warmer. Matip had to keep Rhythm after an injury. Millie, my exciting life. That is it. That is the most ironic book title ever for Millie. Millie ain't had one yet. You'd thought, yeah, Millie's definitely next.
Yeah, give it time. He's not going to the World Cup. He can finish it off then.
Yeah. Right, the Ribena years or something. Like Adrian Mole. Trent, the best form of defense. God, I love you guys.
What is it you said the other week? I don't play I play the game, not the position.
Yeah, I play the game, not the position. Like it's a gangster. Like it's Messi. I mean, when the arrogance of Messi. Yeah, I don't know. The game. Trent's shush. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Kate would get injured writing. He'd sprain his wrist, wouldn't he? Typing away. That's 2 weeks. Oh, Jesus.
This guy.
Probably falls 9. Big up, Ravi. How you doing, mate? Oh, that's hilarious, guys. You guys are brilliant. Oh, so Liverpool Leeds. And as we're getting back to the game yesterday as well, it's like, look, it's a weird performance, wasn't it? It was hard to... I did the match ratings earlier as well. It was just hard to rate because we could easily have been 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes. It was a strange game and this new formation. Do you reckon this diamond is here to stay now till the World Cup?
It could be. Like I think the reason for doing it is to get both Nunes and Salah central and up front on the pitch. It could be. It depends. It's horses for courses, really, isn't it? Because there's going to be games where it will work, but there's going to be times as well where you need to be more. you need to be wider on the pitch, you need to stretch play and stuff, and then it won't. So I don't know, but I suppose the good thing is like it's an option now, isn't it? Like we've seen the 4-3-3, we've seen the 4-2-3-1, and now we've seen this diamond. At least, you know, their options are there, and you know, even if we have to change it in game, at least we're trying something different. So I suppose that's a positive. But whether, I don't think anything's going to stay is the honest answer for the remainder of the season. I think we're going to constantly. I think if anything's going to stay, it'll be going back to 4-3-3 with the return of like the injured players coming back. But other than that, I think it will just be chop and change all the time.
Yeah, I think like you say, when the after World Cup, when everyone comes back and we've probably got a fresh team, no injuries apart from, I think Klopp said Jota could be the only one still out after the World Cup if there's no more injuries.
Yeah,
I see him going back to 4-3-3 with a full team, but I think till the World Cup he might play this diamond because the left-hand side is a problem for us at the moment, isn't it? It's a massive problem. We've got really no one who can play out there. I thought Jordan Henderson played really well on the left-hand side of the diamond yesterday. I thought, because he can cross a ball. We forget about that with Jordan. He was a winger back in his younger days, weren't he?
Yeah.
So he definitely can cross the ball. He does put in a good ball in the box as well. He did it a few times yesterday. He has got the ability to cross a ball. So, and he's got a good work rate there as well.
We spoke a while back, didn't we? When I'm not sure what preview it was, but we suggested putting Henderson on the left before, and we discussed it. It was like, why do we instantly write off Jordan playing on the left side of midfield? And I think it's because he's always had to play on the right side to cover Trent. And then when Thiago come in, obviously Thiago locked down the left side. Now, obviously, hopefully Thiago will be back for Leeds, touch wood. But like, if he's not there, I mean, I've got no reason why not to play Henderson on the left. I think it just depends. Like the left-hand side has always been pretty locked down in terms of like defensively, hasn't it? So like he's never really needed to be that side above being on the right-hand side, because the left side's always got a comfortable left back. It's like usually got Thiago there, and then the left forwards, whether it be Diaz, Jota, or Mane of old, is always like had really good work rate. So defensively, we've never really been struggling on that side, or defensively and in attack, to be fair. But the right hand side, he's always needed to go and cover Trent, which is why we've put him there, and now we think that's the only place he can play. But look, if Thiago's out and it's needs must, I'm perfectly fine with him playing on the left. It's not a problem as long as you got someone to play on the right side. Then it's an option, isn't it? Don't think we should just rule it out.
No, I agree. I mean, when I look at what we got available at the moment, he is probably the best option in this formation because, again, Darwin Núñez up. You just need Darwin Núñez up front with Mo, don't you? I think that's the way to go at the moment. Them two. Darwin again yesterday. He has his critics, and I understand it, but that man works his arse off. He don't stop running, and he's a threat. He's a threat, and he opens up things for us against the opposition. And I thought he was excellent yesterday. Obviously, he doesn't do tap-ins. We know that he doesn't need to, right? Only aliens do tap-ins. We got men to do. We got men to do everything. But yeah, look, he missed his goal. I was like, oh fuck's sake, Darwin! Like, and then at least straight after half time, he scored an even harder goal. So Darwin's got that thing about him that reminds me a bit of Mo in a way. You know, when Mo gets the easy chance, it's like he somehow misses them, and then 20 minutes later he'll score from the corner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's got that about him, Darwin, ain't he? And but yeah, I can see us playing Darwin and Mo as a front two going forward. I think we've got, what is it, Leeds Saturday. We've got a nothing game now against Napoli midweek. Then we got Spurs. Then, what is it, the League Cup, Southampton, and then the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. So you've effectively now, what last night's result does is, like you say, that Napoli game is a bit of a dead rubber because look, we're not gonna beat them by more than 4-1 to go top of the group. So I think and I hope he'll rest some players in there. I don't expect to see like a full changed 11 because he just won't. We're at home and he won't want to lose and all of that. So he will rotate in that fixture. And then, like you say, Derby in the EFL Cup, we can rotate again. So yeah, you can start to plan up until the World Cup, your teams around the weekend games and try rest people in the week if possible. So, yeah, definitely for me, Nunes has to start every game bar the Napoli and Derby game, because like you said, he just he missed that, open goal yesterday, but he still got on the score sheet. But even if he hadn't got on the score sheet, just having him on the pitch just makes us look so much better. We just look like we actually have a threat in attack, whereas without him, we look like we've got no pace, lack ideas, not got a target man. He brings so much to this team, even without the goals. And then thankfully for us, he actually is scoring. So, he's doing great at the minute. I think he's been unfairly judged when people are criticising him. He's in the team to score goals, and he's doing that. And his work rate's brilliant. He's pressing. At one point, I seen him defending his own box. I had no idea what he was doing there yesterday in the second. He just ran out with it, didn't he? Just intercepted and ran out with it. I was like, what the hell? But he's doing great, and he's getting better and better every time he plays. So he's in Liverpool's best 11 at the minute for me. So playing every important game.
Definitely. He's Darwin's we just got to be careful with Darwin, because he's such a beast and running everywhere. You got to be careful of muscle injuries for him. You just got to be careful of muscle injuries. But yeah, Darwin's quick as fuck as well.
He is. Yeah.
You don't look it. He's quite deceived. He's rapid. Mm-hmm. And he's one of them players, Mo gets quicker as he gets moving, don't he? But Darwin is quick from like the start. Yeah, I like Darwin Nunes. What is it? 7 starts, 6 goals, 1 assist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great return. Can't ask for much more, really, can you? If it weren't for the other machine in the league scoring hat-tricks every week, then we'd be thinking Darwin Nunes is, one of the summer signings, effectively. Yeah, but
exactly. Yeah, big up 6 times. You're right there, my man. Definitely right. Mo, I thought Mo was decent yesterday. Got a goal. His goal was decent. I mean, the keeper helped him out, though, but the finish was still beautiful. And that assist, I don't think anyone's talking about it, but the assist to Elliott.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a complete footballer, ain't he, Mo Salah?
Yeah, that's where, the thing is, he played centrally, and we were really pleased about it, weren't we? Was it Rangers? I suppose it was the first time he played centrally this season when he come on as a sub, and then he played after that, didn't he? And I thought, this is the position for him, because he can roam, he can pick up areas on the pitch that he wants to be involved. He's in front of goal, he's in the box. He's a good finisher. And then obviously the Forest game's a bit of an anomaly, because he was left stranded up there by himself, and he was poor, but then he had no service whatsoever. So now Nunes is back in the team, and there's more creativity around him. I think he'll benefit from being more central. I'm not sure long term he should be up front. I'd like to think Nunes locks that down, and then he goes back onto the sort of inside right forward role. But yeah, definitely he seemed to have sort of found his groove again last night. But that just comes through the team playing better, to be honest. And there being space on the pitch and people finding him. I was a bit frustrated, actually, at moments in the game yesterday where I felt like we really could have attacked more, and the pass was just under hit. If there was better passes into him, he was on the shoulder of the defence quite a lot, and he could have had more chances and potentially scored more goals. But the balls into him were a bit under hit, a bit sloppy. That was part of my frustration with yesterday's game. But he's got his goal, and I tell you what, the finish was incredible. I mean, the assist was brilliant, and I know the keeper ran out really early, so it made his mind up. But he still got, took it away, and to lift it over him in the way that he did, it was
the spin on it, wasn't it? The spin on it.
Yeah, hit it first time as well. It was great. A lot of forwards would have took it round the keeper, but to hit it first time, great technique. And he possesses that quality, though, don't he? That's Mo the thing with Salah.
Mo does, definitely. He's a quality footballer.
Yeah, I think the thing is, if the team's as weak as it was against Forest, and you're playing so many of your backups, and you don't supply him, then he will have games like that. Not as bad as 4 passes, but you will be quiet. Whereas if the team's playing well and they get the ball to him in the right areas, he'll score goals. So it's not the definition of a system player, but if the system's working well, he'll flower. Whereas if you got a fully rotated team, he actually isn't that player that sort of does everything himself. he does need service. So hopefully that will come with the players coming back from injuries, you know, and confidence building, and then he can maybe challenge for the Golden Boot. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree, my man. Yeah, Don. Yeah, he was quality. Yeah, I tell you, he's going to be a decent footballer, Darwin Núñez. You can see it in there. So I think we just need to let him settle. I can't argue about him too much at the moment. 7 starts, 6 goals, 1 assist. When he plays, he causes issues. He causes problems, and I think he would have been the difference in the Forest game if he was fit as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It would have been a big difference in that game.
We look a different team with him on the pitch.
Yeah, because he creates things himself as well.
Yeah, I feel like his enthusiasm and like his like desire in the game, and he's always up for a fight. I feel like that sort of filters through to the other players as well. You know, you feel like when Darwin's playing that you're actually in a game. You feel like something can happen. Without him, you actually, you know, you feel like you're weakened in attack, and that's all credit to him, you know, and his personality and his fighting spirit, because he's had to come through some adversity already, hasn't he? So
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think they're playing well. The attackers, the midfield was okay yesterday. I mean, Fabinho, though, I just don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're going to do with Fabinho. The man looks like he plays like he's in a wheelchair. He just. I saw the camera. There was a shot yesterday. The cameraman outpaced him, and Fabinho weren't in shot. He weren't in shot, and oh, for fuck's sake! There was a bit yesterday as well. I think Alvarez got the ball and turned, and Fabinho fell over. What have we got? What are we going to do what are we going to do about Fabinho? I
tell you what, you kind of like, he didn't stand out so much to me yesterday as being that bad, but it is a bit alarming when you know, Henderson and Milner and stuff can play, and you know they're getting on in their careers, and they put in like good performances, and then you see Fabinho just, you like you say, being turned by everybody, ran past everybody, his passing's terrible. And you kind of think, come on, there's no real excuse for it now, because whilst the entire team's not playing well and you're being exposed, okay, I understand you got an excuse. But when the team puts in a performance like it did yesterday, and don't get me wrong, it weren't great, but the midfield was good. And the players around him, defensively, we were strong. And there were options up top. Then I'm like, okay, there's less of an excuse for you to be so poor now, because the people around you are doing relatively well. So it was alarming as well that, like, did you see that Julian, I think his name is Julian Timber for Ajax.
Oh, he's a quality player, by the way.
Exactly. And I watched Timber. I remember when he ran through our defence and got a pretty poor shot away at the end of it, but he ran through, and I was thinking, he was the centre back, but he played as the defensive midfielder in the game. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's the kind of defensive midfielder I want. High energy, snaps into challenges, you know, takes the ball with him.
Fabinho used to do that.
And then I realised, and I seen the contrast in the game, and I was like, oh, I'd love to have, not that it feels harsh to say it, but I'd love to have him in Fabinho's position than Fabinho right now. And it'd make a massive difference, to be honest. If Fabinho was playing at, you know, the level he was at a few years ago, we wouldn't have half the bad results we've had this season, because it's such a key position on the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, just I don't know how we get the best out of him. Fabinho at the moment looks best when we play more pragmatic, when we drop deeper, a bit like the City game. We dropped deeper, made less room, so he weren't exposed so much, and he looked great. But the problem is, that's not how Klopp wants to play going forward. He wants to play with a bit more intensity, higher line, push up a little bit on the front foot. And when you do that, Fabinho just looks totally exposed. Look, he's never had real pace and mobility, so it's getting worse, but he's never really relied on that, because his mentality to know where he should be on the pitch, winning the ball back, he used to be great at that. And even that's gone now. And it's such a worry. I just don't know what we're going to do about Fab. And obviously Klopp knows this as well. They had that argument on the pitch, and he's been in and out since then. And yeah, it's a bit worrying, because he's not injured. It's not like he's carrying an injury or anything like that. It's just
like the thing is, when he got he's a when he comes back from injuries, he always takes a while to get up to speed, doesn't he? And you see, how many times have people said like, "Oh, Fabinho looks drunk in this game," because he looks all over the place. Looks like Bambi on ice at times. But you always like, okay, he's just come off the back of an injury. He does take time to find his feet, but actually, this season, he's played minutes. There's no real, you can't use that excuse for him. I just kind of hope that as the team improves and the team starts to press better and they're a bit more compact, that he'll probably benefit from that. Because if you watch his like highlight reels or the games from a few years back, he's only ever, like you say, his positioning is really good, that he's only ever having to run 2-3 yards and then make a challenge. Whereas at the minute, he's so far off the pace that he's having to like run to get out to people, and they can see him a mile off and they just turn him with ease, And then, so I'm hoping that he'll get better as the team gets better, but I don't know. I don't know whether he's going to get back to that level, to be honest. Just have to wait and see, I guess. And if he doesn't, then in the summer, I know we've got to sign midfielders anyway, but we've got to focus on getting a new 6, really, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely what we've got to be looking at. So Oswald says it was good to see our players practicing the dark arts last night. We've been too nice. Been saying it for a while now. I want us to be bastard FC. That's how we got to be. I saw Darwin do it yesterday. I know some people don't like it, but fuck it, let's do it. Darwin got like that on his face. He went, like that. It's horrible. I get it, but everyone does it. So we never do it. I want us to be bastard FC. That's I've been saying it for a while now. Yeah. Flacco, I love him, but you guys are right. He's lost his legs. The Forest performance was the worst I've seen in a long time, but F it, we are LFC. We're bounced back. Got our best before too long. I sort of agree with that as well. Fabinho was so bad. He's on and off player. He is at the moment. Concerned for Fab now. Thought he would snap out of it. Same. It is a worry. Jamie asked you earlier, what if PSG comes to 9,500 million for salary if Messi leaves? They will look for some star. I'm still not completely think that Salah will be here next season. So I'm still a bit iffy on if Salah is here next season.
Would you?
We could sell to make money out of.
Okay, I'll put it another way to you, Jamie. Would you say the option of selling Salah this season is probably the most on board you've been since he's been here?
Probably, yeah.
Have I worded that well? Yeah, because what I mean is the years gone by, anyone contemplated selling Salah? Absolutely not. But this season, or the end of this season, I'm a bit like, yeah, okay, knowing that we've got to strengthen quite a few positions and he is like the biggest asset. If we're not going to just simply chuck money at, signings this summer, then I could see a reasoning behind maybe selling him, replacing him with obviously a lesser forward, but strengthening in other areas we need to. As a team, we might improve. So I can see that argument, but I don't know, man. We're going to have to see. He could pick up form and be like the best in the world again by the end of the season. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure, Mo. I don't really want him to go, but I don't know. Saint just telling me that he might go in the summer. And that's why we gave him the contract, just so we get money for him in the summer.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many takers there were for him as well this summer, so it might have just been to just buy a year as well, which would have worked for both parties. So
that is the funny thing, though, that this would have been the last year of his contract, wouldn't it, if he didn't sign, and no one was coming in for him, so because he got him reasonably cheap. So I don't know. It all depends on the top clubs, because if he's going, he's only going to PSG or a Real Madrid or something like that. He ain't going anywhere else. So
yeah,
it all depends on what they do. So the Mbappe situation, once again, it all depends. He wants to leave, don't he? So
yeah, it's a bit of a merry-go-round, isn't it? Most, if Real Madrid signed Jude, they probably won't go for Salah. It's one of those, isn't it?
I think Jude's going Man City. Did you see last night when Grealish told? Was it last night? Or, the other night, sorry, when Grealish told Bellingham that Pep wants to see you in the tunnel.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, Grealish came back running back out, and we were like, basically, you could hear him say, like, Pep wants to see you in the tunnel. I'm telling you, Bellingham and Pep Guardiola has been talking about Bellingham lately for the last week or so in press conferences, rating him. Telling you, he's going to Man City, man.
Well,
Gundogan's leaving at the end of this season, ain't he? Is that contract?
and the likelihood is Bernardo Silva will leave as well.
Yeah.
You know, they convinced him to stay an extra year, obviously, because Barca couldn't sign him. So he'll probably go in the summer. So between the two of them, yeah. I mean, if you're Man City, why not? Who else do you go for? It's the obvious option, isn't it? So,
yeah, exactly. Jamie, I saw you laugh. Is that 6 goals? Is that 6 games without a goal for Gabriel Jesus now? Did he play today?
let me check before I speak because he might have scored. Nah, 2-0 full time. So yeah.
Did he play?
Let me check teams. He come on in the 64th minute.
So 6 games, no goal. Just putting it out there. Egyptian King, would you go for De Jong? I would go for De Jong instead of Bellingham. I'd forget about the Bellingham and stuff now. I'd literally forget about the Bellingham stuff now. The thing is, though, there is a lot of players out there equally as good or better than Bellingham for a lot cheaper. So, you know, De Jong, probably better than Bellingham, and it'd probably be cheaper as well. I mean, there's players out there, guys. There's players out there that we can buy. It all depends. But I think Frankie de Jong will leave because Barcelona are in massive trouble because they have gone out the Champions League. So if they need to qualify for it again next season, because if they don't, they're going to be in massive issues with their money they've spent. And it all shows that you could be a bit like, man, was it only Chelsea spent more money in Europe than Barcelona this season? Mm-hmm. And it's done Barcelona no good at the moment. So, I mean,
exactly.
Barcelona, they'll have to sell an asset and the only asset they got available is De Jong.
Well, come the summer, they're not going to be the only club that's in that situation, you know. So, yeah, there might be some players that you can get for cut rates because of all of that. So, just have to wait and see. I mean, the thing is now, like I said the other day, Jude would be great, but unfortunately, we need so many more players than just splashing out 100 mil on one. So the likelihood is pretty slim. I think we're going to go out and sign 2-3 sort of 40, 50 million pound players as opposed to 100 million pound player.
I agree.
And if they do that, they're doing the right thing as well. You know, if they just get Jude, then he's great and he'll improve us. Of course he will, but we're not solving all the issues we've got at the minute now, have we?
Yeah, he's one I'd go for. Let them out. Definitely. I'd definitely go for someone like him. What about Pedri? Pedri and Gavi and all that. They're struggling.
You're never going to get them.
You're
never going to get them.
Never going to get them, but they're struggling a bit at Barcelona at the moment because they're young guys. They're young guys, you know, and they're basically looked at as the saviours for Barcelona Football Club when they're so young. It's not fair to them. It's really not fair to them. Yeah, we need 3 midfielders, definitely. I can definitely see Lima as being one. Lima, sorry. I could definitely see Lima being one of them. I know Bayern Munich are interested. You know, Bayern Munich are interested in anyone who plays in Germany, let's face it. So, but yeah, there's players out there. Barella, another great talent. Julian Aron was saying that Barca's financing factored in them reaching the qualifiers of the quarterfinals of Champions League. Jesus. Yeah, like Casado. Yeah, I do think we'll buy someone in January. I really do. I think FSG are looking at it now and know like what FSG do. They're reactionary. We know this. They'll be hearing there's a bit of feedback now. Fans ain't happy. In January, they'll buy somebody and they think that'll keep the fans quiet for a little bit because they react like that. I swear that I think that I wouldn't be surprised if it was Casado. I know Liverpool are interested in McAllister at Brighton, but he's just signed a new contract. But I know they have heavy interest in him. I think McAllister at Brighton would suit us. It's just
I like
weird.
him.
Scottish name, but he's Argentinian.
Like you say, he's just signed a contract, so I don't know if that changes things. But
this game Saturday, Leeds United, it's gonna be. I just don't know. I'll be saying like, this is it. We're back now. Good performance. Well, not great performance against Ajax, but a win in their own ground. 3 points, knockout stages, Champions League after Christmas. That's good. Leeds on Saturday night. Leeds are in terrible form. They're in the relegation zone right now, losing. Jesse Marsh had a freak out in his press conference talking about sick of losing games and all that, and then he's saying now we've got Liverpool and
I've seen that. He said, "Oh, I understand that some fans want me out and stuff." He's coming out with some strange things. You know,
Yeah,
I know he's under pressure, but
Liverpool should be battering this Leeds team. There's no Saturday night at Anfield. Liverpool should be absolutely battering this Leeds team for me. This should be a 4-5-0 game.
Yeah, definitely.
It should be a 4-5-0 game, but it's not. I would say that if we was in confidence and playing well, I just don't know. I just don't know. And look, I know we have to go for it. Like, no one rested. Same team, play again, go for it. And I know everyone's saying, oh, we can rest players against Napoli because we've got Spurs on the Sunday. That ain't happening. I got this feeling against Napoli that we'll play a full-strength team. Because I think you get 3 million for a win, don't you? Klopp mentioned this last season when he played a full-strength team when we were qualified.
He did, actually. You're right, yeah.
He mentioned that you get 3 million quid for a win.
Is that the game that Jota got injured in as well?
Yeah, that's a lot of money, you know. So I'm telling you, no resting now. Yeah. The only game that'll be arrested is the derby game when you see all the under 23s playing and everything. But apart from that, no, it's all full go. And on that, let's pick this team. Let's do the team. This should be interesting because I've still got the team up there from what we picked.
I've not watched a lot of Leeds. I don't know if you have, Jamie. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're coming up against, to be honest. I mean, obviously under like Bielsa, they were sort of all action, weren't they? Could lose 4-0, but could also win 4-0, or it'd be crazy score lines, you know. I think since Jesse Marsh come in, he's tried to sort of change and move away from that, be a bit more structured, you know, and seems to have backfired because obviously they're on 9 points in the relegation zone. They're getting battered left, right, and centre at the minute, aren't they? But they have players that can still hurt you, you know, like Rodrigo, Jack Harrison on his day. That Aronson's come in. A lot of people sort of fancied him as being quite a good player. I think he's not done too bad since he's been in the league. Yeah. So they've still got threats, you know, as all, you know, teams do in the league. Doesn't matter where they are. So we do have to be cautious against them, especially with our current form. But you'd like to think off the back of a result against Forest that we had that this team aren't going to go out there with that same lethargic attitude, you know. They've got to be on it. So let's not take anything for granted.
No,
we should learn that.
But this is a team that is just packing goals in, losing every week. And we're at home at Anfield on a Saturday night. This should be, but as we know, it don't go like that quite. So what are we thinking? Diamond again? 4-4-2 Diamond?
Who we got back for that? I mean, we're hoping that Thiago will be back.
Ox and Caterer are in the squad.
Okay.
Kanate's in the squad.
Yeah.
And then everyone else who played on yesterday.
See, for me, if Kanate's fit, which I think he will be, then I would start him. I'm jumping ahead here. I would start him, but because I think Bamford was come off the bench for them in the last game. I'm not sure if he'll start, but whether it's Bamford or Rodrigo up front, they're not massive physical players. They're not particularly pacey, and I think Kanate could handle them quite easily. I think it'll be a good game for him to come back into and just sort of find his feet again and get a bit of rhythm in his game. Plus, you'd rest Joey, who's played a few games back to back. So, for the guys coming back from injury, he'd be one I'd like to see start.
Yeah, let's put the obvious one in. Oh God, man. The obvious one in.
Is there any reason you can think of why he might start Kelleher instead of Alisson?
None.
No. Okay. Conversation. Done.
He's never go around. The League Cup here play. Kelleher are playing the League Cup.
Yeah.
Kelleher should play in the Napoli game. For me.
Should.
Because it's a nothing game. Alisson shouldn't play. And it's at home at Anfield as well. Kelleher should play that game. But in the league, this man's untouchable at the moment. He's the best in the world.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Rio Ferdinand even said it. There's no one touching him right now. He does it all, and he's good looking. It's a fucking piss take. Who are we going right back? I think this is a game that's all right for Trent to play, if you ask me.
Yes. I mean, I think on that left hand side, Jack Harrison plays, and he's a very two-footed player. It's caused Trent. You think back a few years back when we played Leeds, first game of the season. I think it was their first game back in the league, wasn't it? And he did cause him a few issues. He obviously scored that goal where he cut in past Trent and tucked it away really nicely. So he's a tricky player, and on his day, he can cause people problems, but. You can make that argument every week when you're doing this. So at some point, Trent's got to, step up and just deal with that. And then, it's Leeds, and you should be able to put your creative players on the pitch. So I would go with him. Yeah, he didn't do too bad at Ajax. I really didn't.
No. I mean, he got a clean sheet at the end of the day, and Trent just needs to get back to how Trent plays and not worry about anything. And I think he'd be fine. But yeah, I think Trent should start against Leeds at home. I mean, if he's not starting against Leeds at home, we have got a problem. Centre backs. Does Konate come back in?
Yeah, I say he does for me. I just think it's a great game to bring him back into. You're at home Saturday night. It should be a good atmosphere. Might feel like a bit of a European night under the lights. It's against the team in the bottom of the division. We've just lost to the bottom of the league, so you'd like to think that arrogance is shaken out the side. I just feel like there's a lot of positives going into this game. There's every reason why we should win, so bring him back in. Otherwise you wait till Napoli, and then it's a bit like, that's a bit tougher for somebody just coming back into the starting 11. So yeah, for that reason, I'd go with Konate.
Yeah, I know some people are saying Van Dijk rest. It's just not happening. Van Dijk, again, shouldn't play against Napoli, and he probably won't play against Derby. So that's going to be 2 games he probably won't play in. So, yeah, if they're the 2 games Klopp might be looking at before the World Cup, then he'll play in this game. He'll play against Tottenham, and he'll play against Southampton. Rest against Derby, rest against Napoli. I think that's...
I agree with you on the Virgil point. Definitely rest against Derby. The only thing thinking about it is whether Klopp would want to play Konate in the Napoli game. I don't know. I feel like it's a harsh game to just throw him straight back into, because Napoli are obviously one of the most informed sides in Europe at the minute. But it wouldn't be crazy of Klopp to do that. But then Joey's played a few games on the bounce, so he could go either way. But if it's my team, I would go with Konate.
Yeah, I would like to see Konate, but if he's training now, like he said he is, I think he was on the bench yesterday, weren't he? So yeah, he's got to play sometime, and I'd put him straight in. And Gomez has been too in and out to keep his place for me. And he's very, very good against Man City. Terrible. Awful against Forest. He was dodgy against West Ham as well. He gave away the penalty. And then last night he was okay. He wasn't too bad. So it's not like he's in scintillating form right now. And I think Konate was above him in the pecking order before anyway. So I don't see that changing. I really don't. So yeah, this is the 2 I want to see play going forward anyway. Right. We're playing Robbo, giving him a rest, or putting him straight back in? Because Robbo was immense yesterday.
Yeah, he was great. And it looks like that rest, I know he was injured, but that rest has done him the absolute world of good. He's got his energy back, hasn't he? He's got it, and that's 75% of his game is that energy, that engine up and down the pitch. So I would like to see Robbo. The only argument I would, again, have with putting Tsimikas in is that Klopp will want some experience on the pitch against Napoli, and I think that's one of the positions where your debutant in Tsimikas is good enough for this game, and then you play Robbo and Napoli, and you've got that bit of experience in your side. So
Yeah.
I'm tempted with Simicast for this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because as much as me personally, for the Napoli game, I would just chuck out a completely second string side, and who cares what the score is? It's all about making sure our first team is rested and no one gets injured. That's not what Klopp will do. He just won't. He won't want it.
Team that's playing against Leeds.
Exactly. It could be.
It'd be very similar.
I think it'll be a mix. He'll definitely have some experience in there. And like I say, I think Robbo is one position where he's like, I can play him against Napoli and I can eat and happily have Simicast against Leeds.
I mean, if we're winning comfortably after 60 minutes, I mean, Robbo could go off, can't he? I mean, we're 3 or 4-0 up like we should be after an hour against Leeds at home.
Yeah.
Let's.
I'm going to judge this on the fact that Liverpool are through in the Champions League already, and they have to win Premier League games. They have to win games. They're the most important thing now. So play your strongest side. Okay, let's go, Robbo.
Let's go, Robbo. Yeah. Right, this is where it gets tricky. So we're playing a 4-4-2 dime, which I think he might do because of this left-hand side issue we have at the moment. Who's playing at the base? Now, Fabinho played yesterday, and he weren't great. Leeds can be quite, tricky in their midfield. They've got quite some tricky players, young players. Or is this a game where you feel Fabinho should be all right in against Leeds at home?
I'm just reading the Leeds team now from their last game against Fulham. They had Brennan Aronson, Mark Rucker, Jack Harrison, Luis Sinestra, I think that's how I pronounce it, and Sam Greenwood. So
yeah, he should be.
Yeah, a lot of people like Rucker. I think he come from. Is he the lad that they got from the German league? I can't remember exactly, but a lot of people liked him. I remember there being, people thinking that was a really good signing when they got him. But there's nobody in there that screams it. I think that Sinestra did quite well in the past couple of games. I think he got a goal in the last.
Yeah, he's tricky.
Shouldn't. I mean, look, reading them names and looking at Leeds and their form. I mean, if Fabinho can't control this midfield, then Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, that would be a problem. It all depends on Thiago. I don't know what, Thiago's got that ear infection. By the weekend, it would have been a week. Now, I'm sure he's on antibiotics and all that. If anyone's had ear infection, man, it's fucking, it's nasty. You lose your equilibrium and your balance and everything. It's horrible, ear infection. It's horrible. That's what I'm saying with ear infections, though. I've had an ear infection, and it's the fucking worst thing I've ever had. It was horrible. Yeah, you literally can't. You stand up and walk, and you're like, because you just can't. It's horrible. It's fucking nasty, man.
Gives you vertigo. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he went into his other ear as well, so he had double ear infection, which is. Oh. So if he's on antibiotics and it's cleared up and he's training, he plays in this game for me. And if he plays in this game, I think Hendo plays in the defensive role. And
do we know if he trained today?
No idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not been online today to check if any training images has been released or anything. Yeah, let us know, chat, if anyone's seen him. Yeah. What I would say is Klopp usually won't play anyone that hasn't at least trained for a day, but Thiago's the exception, I think. I think if Thiago's fit, he chucks him in, regardless of whether he's trained or not. He's that important and he's that good. So it'll be touch and go with Thiago, it really will, up until that last minute. I don't know whether we count him in or not. It's up in the air, isn't it?
Well, that's because Hendo's definitely going to play no matter where. I'm going to put him Hendo there a minute. Then, if he is fit and training and playing, he will play. So I'll put him on the left-hand side. Remember, in a diamond, it's not actually like left wing, so it's like left inside midfield, ain't it? So could play there. That's if Fabinho's not. Yeah, that's if Thiago's not fit, it'll be Hendo there and Fabinho here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Same against Rangers.
I think he probably rests Fabinho. Started the past couple of games as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And Klopp's starting to rotate that midfield where he can. We obviously seen Henderson left out of the Forest game and brought on as a sub. So I think Henderson could play as that 6. Thiago, if he's fit, will definitely play on the left. Fabinho, I think, starts off the bench this game, and he's the player that they bring back in for Napoli, I think.
Big up, Carl. Rest Ox, Jones and Catering. Give them a 1-1. Big up yourself, Carl. Thanks for the shooting chat. Yeah, 6 times just put this up. The Arsenal defender Pablo Mari, who is currently on loan at Monza, has been taken to hospital after being stabbed in a Milan shopping centre, according to Sky Eddie.
Wow.
Jesus
Christ.
I hope he's all right. That's fucking
nuts.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, I hope he's okay, man. Best wishes out to that guy.
Fucking horrible, man. What is wrong with people this day and age, eh? What the fuck is wrong with people? Big up, Terry Mack. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. Go on, Jamie Ladcab, my brother. There you go. Ox on the left wing, maybe. I don't know if Ox starts. Look, this is the thing. Ox and Cater are back in the squad. Does Klopp throw either of them in the first team?
Nah, I don't think either of them are near fitness yet to be starting. To be honest with you, I don't even think it's even an option. You'll probably see them on the bench, and if the game's going well, they could get some minutes.
Well,
for the sake of
Klopp said in his press conference, didn't he? He said that they're asking about Ox and that, and he said like they weren't available for the Champions League because he thought they'd be out longer, so they didn't get picked. But something tells me about that then, because he was a bit annoyed by it. I think they would have been on the bench for the Champions League game against last night. So I think they'd be on the bench. I just don't think they'd be starting.
Yeah, I agree.
At least it's fucking options. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We've got options again.
Yeah.
But this is always for Fabinho. If Thiago's fit, I think Thiago plays there. And Fabinho rests. I don't know if you. I don't want this lad to play every single game, but I don't think you can drop him at the moment.
Yeah, I think because he's playing so well and he's a lad that's full of confidence at the minute. Like he's got the momentum. I agree with you. At his age and his stage of his development, he shouldn't be playing every game, but. No. Liverpool need players with rhythm. They need players with momentum, and they need players that are affecting games. And he is, to be fair. So you have to continue with him for as long as you can. And like he's not going to the World Cup, so he's only got to get through this game, and then probably rested in the week. Get through the following game, probably rested at Derby, then the following game, and then he's got a month off. So
yeah,
you know you can probably rinse him for the time being.
Right. I mean, I like that so far.
So far, so good.
The 10 position, the tip of the diamond. I would love to see Carvalho there. I think that's his position. I think Carvalho would do bits there with Elliot, Thiago, and Hendo behind him.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. I just think Bobby's going to play. I'm playing that 10. I'm not sure. I would actually rest Bobby. Played a lot of football lately, Bob. What is he? 31 now? Just turned 31?
Yeah.
Got to look after the man a little bit. I'd love to see Carvalho there.
I'm in total agreement with you, Jay. I think 6 times just put it as well. Bobby needs a rest. He does. Yeah. He's playing game after game after game. And to be honest, I think he was one of the guys last night that didn't play particularly well. I thought his touch was pretty bad. I thought his passing was pretty bad. And it's crazy to say for a player like Bobby. I mean, all the players in the squad says he's the one with the best touch, the best control. And at times, you watch games and he's fabulous. And then other games, he looks, like he's controlling a bowling ball. It's just crazy. His touch was terrible yesterday, and it really frustrates me because, like I've said to you before, it should be the one thing the guy never loses. He can lose his pace, and everything else, but you should never lose your touch, No. And I feel like at times he's just bouncing off him and all sorts, and it was quite frustrating. But then, is that coming down to the fact he's playing so many games? I don't know. So at some point, he's got to be rested. So I'll go with it. Carvalho when he's come in, he come into the played midfield against Everton, not his position, a rotated side. He's done well when he's come off the bench, and then obviously he started against Palace again, rotated side. So I think Carvalho in a good team will be good enough, if that makes sense. You know, if he's got good strikers ahead of him, he's got, you know, controlling Thiago beside him, Henderson in 6, Elliott who's neat and tidy. I feel like it's a good chance for him to go out and prove himself, you know, instead of keep playing him in these rotated sides. So yeah, I'm comfortable with all the other attacking options we've got on the pitch to start Carvalho.
Yeah, same. Cole, I read out your super chat, man. I did read it out. This is the only one I had. I don't know if you sent another one, but I did. We did read this out. We thought it was funny when you said one-way ticket. We did read it out, my man. I don't know if you was here when I read it out, but I did read it, my friend. I did read it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. We covered it. Yeah, covered it.
So that's, and then right, the front two. So are we just going Darwin and Mo?
As opposed to what?
I mean, we could play Bobby and Mo, or Bobby and Darwin.
Ben Doak.
And Doak.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, we need these guys at the minute. We need them both to get us the goals that we need to win these games. So they have to. Yeah, I don't think you got any other choice.
That's quite an attacking team as well. I mean, Salah and Darwin up top, Carvalho behind, Thiago and Elliott and Henderson behind them, attacking fullbacks. That 11 there should beat Leeds at home.
Oh, every day of the week.
There's no excuse for it.
Twice on Sunday. Yeah, that's a team full of bags of quality. You know, like even if Thiago's not fit. I mean, let's say Thiago's not fit. Who are you starting in that position? Hugo Jones.
I don't know if I'd play Curtis. If Thiago's not fit, then Hendo over on the left and Fabinho at the defensive mid probably.
Yeah, so then you're only one change in Carvalho for Firmino from yesterday's team, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I'd go with. But that 11, guys, let me know in the chat, guys, what you think. Any changes to that 11 you'd make, let me know in the chat. But that 11 should, if there's no excuses not to beat Leeds at home with that 11. I mean, you've got to start playing Carvalho. I mean, this is a game Saturday night Anfield against a Leeds team that's going to give you a bit of room, you know, a bit of space in the attacking areas. That's probably a good opportunity for Carvalho to actually start this game in his preferred position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of Bobby, you put Carvalho there.
Yeah, I think it will be a game as well where, you know, we sort of pen Leeds back and Trent is putting balls in the box. Same with Robbo, targeting Nunes. And then if you've got Salah sort of sniffing around and Carvalho sniffing around, picking up second balls, you know, getting on the end of sort of knockdowns or anything, then, you know, you've got quite an attack there. I really want to see Carvalho sort of getting into the box as well when the crosses come in. And sort of, because Nunes is the main target, obviously, but, you know, even if he gets something on target and the keeper fumbles it, or, you know, it misses him, I want someone else picking up them balls and having another go and supporting him in the box. So I think Carvalho can do that role that we've seen Firmino do over the past few weeks, where no one really picks him up because they're so concentrated on the other two forwards. And that if no one's picking him up, he really should be, you know, exposing that and using the space to get on the end of crosses, or, you know, find little gaps to run into and get a shot away and stuff. So if it is him that plays, he's got a real good opportunity here to sort of get on the score sheet, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, what's happening here?
What are you putting in now? Alex Telles.
There we go.
Oh, Chamberlain.
Just in the subs bench.
This really, if we're picturing the way we'd love the game to go, is Liverpool get 3-4 goals ahead, and we start pulling Ox and Keita on the pitch, and, you know, maybe Bajcetic again, Ramsey as well. I'd love to see get some minutes as well. Like, this is really a game where we should be putting out a strong side, getting ahead, and being able to rotate and rest players. And I'm more excited to see sort of these guys coming back as well. Like, I'm excited to see Ramsey play. I really want to see him at some point. So
Oh, I agree. I mean, this is the bench I'm just putting up now.
It's not Aaron Ramsey.
Oh God, I put Aaron Ramsey in. Why have I put Aaron Ramsey in? Why have I put? Who's Aaron Ramsey play for now? Who is Aaron Ramsey play for now?
I don't know. I don't know where he went after. Was it Juve? Wasn't he? I don't know if he's still there.
Calvin Ramsey's not even listed.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, not even listed. Oh, that's sad, ain't it? Yeah, so I was just putting in the bench. So you got people like Cater on the bench, Jones, Bobby Firmino, Fabinho, Ox. Who else should be on the bench?
You'll have Kelleher on there. You'll have Bacecic probably again. Maybe Nat Phillips as well. Yeah, okay. Patrick's saying that is it Rangers? Okay.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm guessing he was injured for the times we played him. Then it wasn't. I can't remember seeing him.
He's just old.
He's just. Do you remember the season? Do you remember the season he did have, and he scored like 16 goals at Arsenal? He was fabulous.
Yeah. He was. Oh no, he's at Nice in France now. Apparently. He was at Rangers season before, weren't he? And then he's gone to Nice.
Nice, isn't that where Barkley's gone as well? Is that where Barkley's at? Yeah, no, that's where Schmeichel's gone as well. Jesus, what's going on at Nice?
Well, it's the south of France. These people ain't stupid.
yeah.
It's the south of France, man.
That's very
sunny
true.
weather every day of the week, all year round. Warm, nice and warm. Yeah, they're not stupid.
Hey, Ravi's asked you a question, Jay. I'll let you take that one in regards to Curtis Jones.
Question, Jay. Kev, where is Jones's best position? Is it left wing or more central midfield? It's like inside left, I would say. I would say it's like an inside left position. He's not. When you watch him play, he drifts out on that left-hand side a lot. Actually, I would say if you're playing a diamond 4-4-2, I'd play him on the left. If we know how to suit him. So he has a bit more creativity in space. It's the bench.
Well, I laughed because that was also my answer. I'm not. I don't want to be really harsh on the guy. Because I do quite like him, and of course he's a Liverpool player, so we're going to support him. But he's in midfield. He's nice. He keeps the ball well. He slows tempo down a bit, which is frustrating. But he's not got killer through balls. He's not very good at making runs into the box. He's not actually great at shooting. I know he scored that one against Everton, and when he's played for the under 21s and stuff, he was quite good. But at this level, doesn't seem to be much of a goal threat. And he's not got pace. He's not got enough trickery to play on the left. So that's why I say bench, because he's the sort of player that you would want in your squad just to come on. You know, exactly like the game we played yesterday where we're a few goals up and you just need to bring someone off the bench just to keep the ball, and you can trust to not give it away, and it's just neat and tidy. He doesn't do anything special, but, you know, it's just fits into the squad, allows you to rest somebody else, and then just keeps the ball ticking over and what have you. That's the type of player that I can see. I mean, I hope I'm proved wrong and that he has a standout attribute that he really improves on. But to be honest, I don't know how much longer we can sort of give him without. I know he's had injuries, but he's been at Liverpool a long time. He's been in the first team a long time now. At some point, he needs a breakout season, and it just seems like it's not going to happen. So that's why, for me, best position is off the bench, and you just bring him on as and when, you know, because I don't feel like he offers enough to the game when he does start. So that's one of them for me.
Yeah, I think Curtis yesterday. I thought his performance was really good because he came on and did what we needed to do. He came on and kept the ball. He retained possession. He's very good at retaining possession. Sometimes that is his problem. Don't get rid of it.
Yeah, he's got great balance.
And yesterday was perfect for him. That game's perfect for him. We needed someone to come on in the midfield that just kept the ball and then kept ticking it over. Mm-hmm. That's what you need. I just don't see it. Look, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't see a future for him at Liverpool Football Club. And I think it's unfair in some ways on our behalf keeping him if he's not going to have a future. I think someone just needs to sit down with a lot of these players in the summer, you know, and just say, we keep loaning players out. Are these loan players ever going to play? Is Reece Williams ever going to have a Liverpool career? Probably not. So let
Yeah.
him go. What's the point of loaning him? Let him go. Curtis Jones, does he ever seriously go have a Liverpool career? If not, let him go. We just got to be a bit more. We need
The thing
squad depth, but squad depth's also got to be good as well. You can't just have
Yeah.
players for players.
It's very true. You do need squad depth, and not every player can be a superstar. But like the thing for Curtis, like if he stayed fit all the time, I'd be like, yeah, Sam, because he's just that reliable guy that's always around the squad, doesn't do anything particularly amazing. But like I say, he's neat and tidy on the ball. If you have to chuck him in for one game, well, there's quality elsewhere on the pitch to go and get your goals. You can rely on him just to do a job. But the thing is, he always seems to get these injuries and these stupid injuries as well. And it's like, if you can't really rely on him to be fit for most games in the season, and then when he does play, he's just really average, then it's like, I don't know how good that is even to be a squad player. You know, like you say, do you then just move him on and let him go have a career elsewhere, a lesser, a club not quite as got the stature that Liverpool has? But the trouble is that we're in a situation now where we won't sell him because we can't afford to have another midfielder go. I mean, we've got Cater going, possibly Milner, possibly need to replace Henderson, replace Fabinho. I mean, you can't replace Jones as well. So we're a bit stuck with him, to be honest. But he needs to. If I was him, I would be walking into, and it's a bit difficult to do this season, but I'd be walking into the coaching team and Klopp and saying, where is my position in this team? Like, where am I breaking into this team? Who am I pushing out of that starting 11? Because at the minute I'm being played here, there, and everywhere, and he can't focus on one side of his game, know. And unfortunately, if he's the guy that's going to do everything, well, you've got players like Thiago in there that are just miles better than that. Do you know what I mean? You've even got Elliott, who's actually better than that. In the years to come, Carvalho will be better than that. And then obviously Henderson and Milner are the experience, so they one up him on that. So what side of his game gets him in this team? Nothing really, like I say, other than just being, reliable. When he is on the pitch, just to keep the ball ticking over. I feel for him in some ways, but only because he's a local lad. Like if I'd have signed this guy and he was from anywhere else, I wouldn't really care, to be honest with you, other than the fact he's a Liverpool player, but. If he weren't a local lad, I'd be like, yeah, cool. We move him on, or we should have moved him on in the past. But...
Yeah, we tried with him. I think they saw something in him when he first came in. Obviously, did work, got that goal against Everton, sort of put himself on the map a little bit, didn't he? And unfortunately, like you said, injuries. He never. My problem with Curtis is that Curtis needs to play. I've said this about a lot of players. They need to play 10 games in a row before you can really rate them. You really need to give them a stretch of games. The problem with Curtis Jones is he plays 1 or 2 games and then something happens. He gets an injury and he's not seen again for months. Or I just don't see him playing 10 games in a row for Liverpool in midfield. That is the problem. Even with the shortage of midfielders we have right now, and Klopp finding new ways of playing and changing formation because of the the poor midfield we have right now, Curtis ain't still getting in it.
Yeah.
So if he's still not getting in this midfield right now, in the poor format it's in, and Klopp's still picking others above him, what future has he got when we do start buying other midfielders that are going to be even better than him then?
Yeah.
So for his own sake, I'd let him go, man. I'd let him go.
Yeah, but like I say, we can't this summer because we've got so many other players to sign. So
no, he'll stay this summer. I've got a feeling the Ox will stay as well. I don't know why.
Oh, Jay, please don't.
I don't think Liverpool want to lose Ox and Cater for free in the same summer.
Nah. This guy, if we get a new contract, honestly, I can't defend people that slander Klopp about loyalty. Honestly, I can't.
I think one of them stays. I literally do think one of them stays. It's either going to be Cater or Ox. I just don't think Liverpool can afford to let both of them go for free.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Think about it. How many players can we literally, at that sort of level, can we let go for free?
I see your reasoning, but it would be insane to keep hold of one of them injury prone players. Like,
one of them is
crazy.
I think Klopp would rather Cater stays and Ox goes.
I would. I agree. Yeah.
But I think it'd be easier to give Ox a contract over Cater right now.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is the only difference between the two of them, because they're both injury prone and you can't rely on either of them. But the difference between the two of them is that I think
I can't be keep them all.
I think Kate is. I think since Mane's gone, he's been sort of a little unhappier at Liverpool, and I think he's obviously, asking the question about what playing time he's going to get. There's rumblings going on, a bit of discontent there from him, which is completely unjustified, by the way. Whereas Ox is like accepts his position, he accepts, he's the one that's injured. Exactly, yeah. It's unfortunate. That's why a lot of people don't have much hatred towards Ox, because we just feel it's unfortunate that he's injured, and we're frustrated he's injury prone, but we don't get angry at him because he doesn't come out and do anything in papers or magazines or do anything else that would particularly upset us. It's just purely the fact he is injured. So he might be an easier one to sort of to sign on a new deal, and probably the one you want around the squad just for harmony and stuff. But I mean, either way, I want them both to go, to be honest.
I think about it though. Is Liverpool going to let James Milner, Keita, and Ox all leave for free in the summer?
I think Milner. I think he will stay. I think he'll do a player coaching type role. I think he will.
I just got a feeling one of them's going to stay. With the Milner, it all depends what Milner wants. If Milner thinks he can still play football, and he just wants to play football, and he ain't interested in coaching, then Liverpool let him go, because I don't think you can give him another contract.
Yeah. Liverpool will do this thing. Do you know what's worse than that, Jamie? What's worse than actually if they do sign one of Ox or Keita is that, I tell you what's worse. The one thing they'll do is they'll leave it till like July the 30th, and they'll keep telling us there's an offer on the table if they want it. And then at the very last minute, when they can leave their contract, they'll leave, and then we'll be like, oh, we're screwed now because we thought they maybe might have stayed. That will be it. Honestly, I want these two guys to search for new clubs in January, sign a pre-contract, and Liverpool to know where they stand. I want Milner, and in fairness, I think he'll do this because he's a stand-up guy. I want Milner to make a decision early and say, are you staying or are you going? Whatever the role is, right? Make a decision. So come, the summer, first day that we can possibly start signing and talking to people, Liverpool know what squad they'll have come August and what players they need to sign, and then we go from there. If we end up dragging this thing out and having contracts on the table for players and stuff, then it's just going to be so frustrating. We did it last summer, didn't we? Klopp said every single player that is a year left on their deal, they have a contract on the table, and then we spent 3 months pulling our hair out, if not longer, whether Salah was going to sign or not.
Yeah,
I can't go through it again. I need my club to be organised. I don't care if they need to be brutal with people. They have to get their shit together. And
I'm telling you, you'll get. I reckon just before the World Cup, you're going to see this.
Jesus, look how
young Naby is there.
I was just about to say, I didn't think
he looked a totally different guy. He's like a totally different guy, don't it?
Jesus.
Looks like a totally different guy. But I'm telling you, before the World Cup, that's what you got to see. Naby signs new contract, holds the shirt up and all that, pictures, and Ox is let go. I think Klopp wants Naby to stay. I think Klopp rates Naby. And I think Klopp's even spoke about it. Now, I just can't see. I'm trying to be Jurgen Klopp here, and I can't just see Jurgen Klopp letting Milner, Ox, and Keita all leave for nothing.
Fuck it. Klopp will break. Can you imagine the day that they actually have to hand back in like their key cards to get into the AXA training ground? Klopp's going to break down. When they got their suitcase and their backpack on, and they're handing in their keys and their fobs back, Klopp's going to lose his shit.
And that was a Naby we bought. Look, young Naby with hair. This is the athlete Naby. Look how athletic he looks here. That's the Naby we bought and never saw. I'm telling you, everyone in the chat, you know it as well. You all know it. Naby or Ox is staying. They're both not going to go. Everyone knows it.
The thing is, Firmino's another one, obviously. That they're
and
probably going to.
They're not all going to go for free. That's 4 players.
Yeah. And the thing is, what's the likelihood of Liverpool signing a forward in the summer?
Bobby, I'm telling you, Bobby and Kate will stay. I think about it now. I'm thinking Bobby and Kate will stay. Ox and Milner will leave.
Oh, fucking hell.
You can see it, can't you? You
There
can
needs to
literally
be-
see it.
The thing is, yeah, you're right. You can, because Klopp never wants to wholesale change, you know, his squad. So
No.
you can see the reasoning. But I mean, if there's ever a summer that you need to be brutal and just fucking and make wholesale changes, it's this one. So yeah.
But then alternative says here, you might have to keep Ox because of the quota.
Fucking hell.
Telling you, if Milner
Honestly.
leaves, Ox leaves, that's two Brits. You need a man. You need an amount in your quota, don't you?
Yeah.
You can't. That means we'd have to sign English midfielders.
Honestly, I'd rather just have the space free. At least I can live on the hope that we maybe might sign somebody. A frigging free agent. I don't care. I just need to move on from these players.
That means we're like, so you have to have your quota of British players in your team, of homegrown players. So unless saying that, I don't think Elliot counts as homegrown yet because of his youthfulness.
Under 20. Is it under 19 or under 21? You don't have to
Yeah,
register.
so it all depends next season if he counts. I think Carvalho's homegrown as well, ain't he? Because he's been in England so long. So maybe they count as the homegrown players if you let them go. But here's the thing, that means you've got to find homegrown players, and there ain't many English midfielders that I think we're going to buy apart from like a Declan Rice or a Madison.
Yeah. And Madison's a funny one, but Declan Rice obviously big money. Jude big money. But Madison, I don't know. Madison with Leicester situation might be
I think you get Declan Rice cheaper than Madison. Because remember, Declan Rice has only got a year left on his contract in the summer.
Did he not sign a new contract? No,
he didn't sign it.
Okay,
only got a year left.
Yeah, I mean, I think come summer possibly then. Yeah,
still getting pretty deal. Madison, yeah, I think Leicester wants 75 to 80 mil for him.
That's when Newcastle was sort of sniffing around, though, weren't they? Thing is, like, Leicester might have to start selling because they're financially not in a particularly strong position, are they? So, and let's face it, I think both Rice and Madison come the summer are going to be pushing for moves anyway. They probably both feel like they've stayed at their clubs probably a year too long anyway. Come the summer, so they'll probably be pushing to go.
The West Ham's problem is they do want 100 million for Declan Rice, yeah. But West Ham's problem is that teams are just going to play hardball because they go, look, no one's going to play 100 million for him. He's got a year left of his contract. He's not going to sign a new one, so we're just taking him for free.
Yeah,
this is West Ham's. This is going to be West Ham's problem. He does not want to sign a new deal. He wants to go and play Champions League football. He wants to experience Champions League football. He wants to experience big European nights, and he's not. Let's face it, he's not going to do that at West Ham. So it's going to be. He's got all the power in this. His agent's going to tell him not to sign a new contract. Teams that are interested in him go, look, West Ham not going to accept our bid. Don't sign anything. If people don't think these talks happen, they do. I mean, these happen all the time. I just can't see him signing a new contract. And if he's only got a year left, they're going to have to take 50 mil for him. They're going to have to take something like that.
And sometimes the players are advised to sort of wait till their contract runs out so they get a big signing on bonus when they join a new club. But I feel like, and obviously I don't know these players, I'm just going off what I do see, is I feel like Rice and Madison and stuff, I don't think they'll want that. I think they'd rather have the year of being at a club playing in the Champions League as opposed to, you know, wasting a year and getting the big signing on bonus. I don't know, just trying to judge their personalities with it. So that's why I could see they might move this summer as well. But
Declan Rice is like a Liverpool player. I just don't know why. I just see him in a Liverpool team in this midfield. I can see it working as well. I mean, he's Fabinho's deputy.
Yeah,
he comes in Fabinho. He makes us stronger already. Declan Rice makes us automatically stronger in midfield.
He's grown on me as a player. I didn't quite understand the hype when he first broke into that England side, but having watched him a bit more now for West Ham, I do kind of see what everybody's talking about. He's very good, and once he wins the ball as well, he drives through midfield quite well with it, or plays it often quite a simple pass, but he's effective in there. He's a bit of a destroyer, isn't he? I do like him. Like you say, he seems like a bit of a seamless replacement for somebody like Fabinho. So
yeah, Danny, we're going to be a Champions League team. Don't worry. The fall of Tottenham and Arsenal have begun. I've told everyone this. The fall
you know-
from Arsenal and Tottenham have begun. I'm telling you.
It's not so, Jamie. I'm telling you,
Shite.
it's not so much the fall. The league this season, everybody's inconsistent, and
Yeah.
not that everybody's poor, but the levels have kind of leveled out. Like there's obviously Man City play kind of a bit of a gap ahead of people, if you like. Arsenal are playing really well, but if you actually judge performances, like Newcastle are up there and Warren being up there, Brighton have done really well. They'll of course drop away at some point, but everybody's capable of beating everyone in this league. And I know we always say it, and we say it's the best league in the world for that reason, but actually this season is pretty true to that fact. You know,
Yep.
if you take the top 10 teams, they all can beat each other. Like United have beat Arsenal this season, they beat us, so they can take points off anybody really. You know, Man City would take points off everyone. Arsenal can beat anyone on the day. Same goes for Chelsea. You know, Newcastle can beat people now. Palace can beat people. You know, so I think Liverpool, I mean, it's no coincidence we've been absolutely terrible in the league and we're only 5 points off fourth. Like, it's because everyone else is dropping points because we're all beating each other or drawing to each other. So I think Liverpool will, I think if we get better, which of course we've got to, we'll just get into that top four by default, to be honest with you. I just think we will. Because I can't see any other teams, you know, other than Man City pulling away in them 3 other spots. So I think we'll be there or thereabouts. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll comfortably. I don't think we'll challenge for the league, and I don't think it will be particularly comfortable. But we'll be there definitely. I don't think we're out of the top 4, not by any means.
We're 5 points right now. We're 5 points off off top 4 right now. 7 points off City, which it's just mad. It just shows the inconsistency of the whole league.
Yeah,
Liverpool have just got to put a run together. If Liverpool put a run together, you never know. I just feel like Arsenal and Tottenham, they started the season extremely well, both clubs. And I just feel like they're starting to fall away a little bit. Like everything's starting to get on top of them a little bit. And yeah, we have to capitalise on that. Look, if we fucking beat Nottingham Forest the weekend, all results went our way.
But that's the thing, Jamie.
Thing.
That's the case, and we'd probably been 2-3 points off.
We're now 2 points off top 4.
Top 4, and that's crazy. That's one game.
Yeah.
So you know, two good results. If we put 2 back-to-back wins together, we probably won't be, but we could be in the top 4. Do you know what I mean? That's how crazy it is. You know, I think it just looks a lot worse, and we feel a lot worse because we've been so bad, and the performances have been so bad. But it's results business, and if you look at the table, like I say, a couple of wins, 2-3 wins, you'll be back in that top 4. And let's face it, if you're not going to win the league, what's it frigging matter whether you finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th? You know, as long as you get Champions League, that's all the only thing that counts, isn't it?
Yeah. Big up John Conway. He says, big up Jamie and Kev. Rice played for Ireland. He did. Rice did play for Ireland. Yeah, he's got
Ireland would have a good team if all the players didn't.
Yeah, they got
join
Irish
England.
grandparents, I think. I think he had the Irish grandparents. So did Grealish, didn't he? I think
Grealish
Irish.
the same, yeah, he's the one, yeah.
Where else? Pan off. Big up Daz, Jamie. Said on Statman stream 3-0 Saturday. Big up the Stubbsy over there. It's nice to see Arsenal back on top as a top team. Memories I've made to this. Are you sure?
The thing is, though, like, if years gone by, I've been saying that I want the league to be like this, where people are capable of beating each other. Because let's face it, whilst Liverpool and Man City were being great and beating everybody, we were still missing out on league titles. So I thought something's got to change for us to. We're not necessarily going to get better than Man City because we're at 99% all season, and same with Man City. You know, we're almost perfect. So I need everybody else to be able to take points off each other, and then hopefully that means Liverpool have a better shot at the title and Man City drop more points. I didn't quite expect it to be Liverpool that have this drop off, but you know, it is what I thought the league needed. It needed to be more. There needed to be more teams capable of beating each other. I thought it would benefit us, but obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what let's just get this Leeds game done, man. Let's beat Leeds. And then Napoli game means nothing, so it don't matter. And then we've got Spurs on the following Sunday. That's a big game at this their stadium as well. So that'd be a big game. Spurs play very weird football, so
yeah,
it'd be a tight game. I would take 7 points out of our next 3 games. I really would. I'll take 7 points out of the next 3. Draw at Spurs.
Leeds,
beat Southampton,
Spurs,
beat Leeds.
Southampton.
Yeah, I'll take 7 points. That's the minimum, by the way. That should happen.
To be honest, I would, because any other season, of course, we want 9 points, obviously. But I actually think if you took 7 points out of every possible 9, I'm going to show how bad my maths here, guys, by the way. But if you said always look 3 games ahead and you took 7 points out of possible 9, you would get top 4. I'm sure of it. So, you know, Spurs chucked in there. They are a big 6 side. I know they're playing terribly. I know when they play terribly coming up against the big teams as well. But man, you can't expect that. I mean, Spurs always seem to turn up when they play Liverpool. Son will suddenly switch it on. Same with Kane. So that's going to be a tough fixture either way. We're away from home as well. Conte will be under pressure. Well, not under pressure, but I think fans will at some point want them to do well against the big side. So I agree with you. 7 points from the next 9, I'd be all right with that. Don't think it will put us in the top 4. But you know, we'll be a couple of points off, maybe 1 or 2 points, and going into the World Cup, yeah, you take it after the start we've had, don't you?
Yeah. Spurs don't know how to play Darwin. Yeah, Darwin's gotta be a problem, guys. For a lot of, I'm telling you, he's gotta be a problem for a lot of teams going forward. But what are we going score wise? Score wise, let's get a prediction now. Finish this off.
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
Guys, everyone in the chat, what's your score prediction for Liverpool Leeds on Saturday evening, guys? Get your score prediction now in the chat. Yeah, I can see us winning quite handily. I really do. I think that the team we picked, if Thiago's fit, I think that might actually be the team. Darwin and Salah against this Leeds defence should open them up quite easily.
Yeah.
I think it could be a beating. I'm gonna go 5-0. I'm gonna go 5-0. I'm going 5-0. I think we could batter them. I think it could be a Liverpool Rangers sort of performance. It's at home. Just the Leeds are better at home with their crowd, everyone behind them going for it.
Yeah.
I just don't see that. I think we'll get absolutely batter them.
It's a strange it's a strange kickoff time as well, 7:45 on a Saturday night. But I really hope that plays into our hands, you know, a nighttime game at Anfield. It's, you know.
Yeah, 6 times going 4-1, 6-0. Liverpool 2-0, 3-1. No, in our form, we'll beat Spurs and draw Southampton. Right. Still would be the 7 points though. 3-1, 2-0 to us, 5-0. 3-0, 2-1, 9-0, 4-1, Darwin 2, Bobby 1, Hendo 1. Big up to you, my friend. Yeah, I think we'll win comfortably. It should be a 4 or 5. It should be. These teams terrible. I said that against Forest as well, and we lost 1-0, but it's just a little bit different at home. You know, on a Saturday night under the floodlights at Anfield. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere. It's a Saturday night. I think everyone's going to be up for it. And I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow, guys, with I'm going to do a Premier League roundup show tomorrow, looking at all the games this weekend and looking at the season so far. So I'll be doing a special show tomorrow afternoon, guys, so make sure you tune in for that. And then I'm going to be talking about the Arsenals, the Tottenhams and stuff like that, and going in depth on them a little bit, having a look at their seasons. So make sure you tune in for that, guys. I am not here on Saturday and Sunday. I am away. Me and the family are all going to be together on the weekend with Penny at the hospital. It's Halloween weekend. She loves Halloween. So we're all going to be together Saturday and Sunday. They're doing like at the hospital, they're doing like a Halloween party for all the kids. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I won't be around, guys, on Saturday and Sunday, but I'll be back on Monday. So I'll be in tomorrow, then back on Monday. I'll be off for the weekend. So thank you very much for joining me and Cav today, guys. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that
big up chat.
Hit that fun button on the way in and the way out. And any comments, guys, comment down below after this video and I'll get back to you in the comments, guys. No problem. Much love. Thank you very much. See you all again.